When we look at the character of God, we find that God possesses at least 3 necessary properties. Omniscience, meaning all-knowing. Omnipotence, meaning all-powerful. Lastly, omnibenevolence, meaning supremely good. These properties I've mentioned proves that God knows everything. God has power to do anything, and God is perfectly good. But today I want to talk about the omniscient God. God who is all-knowing. God whose understanding and insight are infinite. The word omniscience derived from 2 Latin words, omnis, meaning all, and scientia, meaning knowledge. So when we say omniscient God, we simply mean God has complete or maximal knowledge. God's knowledge is total. He knows the past, He knows the present, He knows the future. According to classical theology, you can call on God to help you with your past. You can call on God to be with you right now in your present life. And also ask God to prepare for your future. To prepare you for your future. You can do all this simultaneously because God was there when you were born. God was there when you were growing up. He knows everything that happened to you. And the same God is here in your present, aware of all your activities. Same God is aware of your future. He knows what will happen to you. He just knows everything. So you don't have to be anxious about your future. He knows it. You can rest in His infinite knowledge. And whatever that lies ahead, He already knows about it. In the book of Psalm 139, verses 1 to 18, talks about the infinite knowledge of God. God knows you're sitting down and you're rising up. He understands your thoughts are far off. He comprehends your path and you're lying down. And He is acquainted with all your ways. Even darkness shall not hide from Him. Your frame was not hidden from Him. If there's someone who knows you like this, why don't you surrender to Him? Someone who was there in your past, someone who is here in your present life, someone who will be with you in your future. Don't you think you are safe in Him? Don't you think your life is secured in the shadow of the all-knowing God? The one who knows even your thoughts. The one who is familiar with your ways. Surrender to God. He is waiting for you to call on Him. It's your past haunting you. Just give it to Him. He already knows what you did. He knows what was done to you. Give it to the one who has power to turn things around for your good. Is your current life a burden to you? You don't understand what is happening. You've tried everything suggested to you, but yield no positive results. I'll encourage you to try the all-knowing God, the one with maximal knowledge, God who is aware of everything that happened, God who is aware of everything that is happening, God who is aware of everything that will happen. Try the one who does not get confused by anything. the omniscient God? Do you have secrets that are heavy in your heart? You cannot even enjoy your sleep. Psalm 44 verse 21 says he knows the secrets of the heart. You cannot hide anything from him, not even your secrets. He knows about them. You might as well talk it over with God. Just give it to him. I don't care how bad it is. I don't care how bad it was. He already knows. He knows everything. Free your heart and talk it over with God. In his presence, everything is just naked. Yes, Hebrews 4:13 says nothing in all creation is hidden from God's sight. Everything is uncovered. Everything is laid bare before the eyes of him to whom we must give account. The God I'm talking about is not someone who will wake up and say, oh, I did not see that coming, neither surprised by any event. He is God who cannot learn anything new. He is the all-knowing God. You can trust him with your secrets. You can trust him with your past. You can trust him with your present life. You can trust him with your future. You are fully accepted in God. You can rest in his grace and mercy. Just give it to the one who loves you, just the way you are. He knows your imperfections. He knows your inadequate. He knows your flaws. He is aware of your past mistakes. God is aware of your broken heart. He knows about your disappointments. Just give it to him. He has a history of healing the brokenhearted and bind up the wound. He did it with the Israelites. Just give it to the omniscient God for divine healing. He knows the perfect cure for your wounds. He knows the perfect cure for your broken heart. He will handle you with care. For God is so merciful. God is so kind. God is so gracious. God is so tender. Do you feel empty? Lift up that cup of emptiness to him. He is the all-knowing God. He knows what you need. Even before you speak, he already knows what you'll say. Do you feel rejected? No. In him you are fully accepted. Surrender to the all-knowing God and witness the chains of rejection fall. You don't have to live in shame. You don't have to live in regrets. You don't have to live in bondage. Talk it over with God and free yourself. Even if your heart condemns you. No, God is greater than your heart. We are learning that in 1 John 3:20. God is greater than your heart. Even if your heart condemns you, God is greater than your heart. Talk it over with God. The God that I'm talking about, the omniscient God, does not just know everything. His knowledge is factual. He knows every single detail of everything. That is why in your situation, he will have the situational insight to give you perfect answers, to give you perfect healing, to give you perfect deliverance, to give you perfect everything. There's someone who knows better. You don't have to do it alone. Just get him on board. He has divine wisdom. He knows which piece of a puzzle is missing in your life. He knows where you need his touch. The all-knowing God does not mind to get into the fire just to save you. He did it to the 3 Jewish boys who refused to bow down to the king of Babylon. Don't act like you know everything. Your knowledge is limited. There is an omniscient God who ordained the moon and the stars. Give it to him. It is impossible to hide from him. You cannot conceal anything from the searcher of hearts. You are loved more than you can think. God's love for you, it's rich. God's love for you, it's so pure. Give it to the all-knowing God and be blessed. From me, Zandi M. Stay blessed and look out for my next uploads. God bless you.